super high flows
Of
of oxygen.
oxygen. Okay.
The next step after that would have been intubation. But he's been hanging out on that 70 for most of the days. And then I guess as the medication started wearing in and kicking in, they were able to titrate him down. So today, right now, he's like at 55 liters on 60% of FiO2. So
Does he have any
normal
other
breathing,
like?
there is no pre-existing, no medications,
Physical?
no
No.
nothing.
Okay.
Nope. So yeah, like I said, this virus
And this is his
attacks
first
people
time he's
in
gotten
totally.
infected.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Uh-huh. But I gotta tell you, so my older boys live in the house with him, and everybody in that house but my boys that were vaccinated got it.
Sorry.
All right, well, here we go. Here's Ron. Here's Ron Paul, real quick.
Hold on.
Let's listen to
Okay.
this clip about Ron Paul about the COVID.
But right now, they're going back to masks saying it's the. But right now, they're going back to masks saying it's the Delta variant. Well, there's one large study out of England from Public Health England, 92,000 patients. And do you know how many people died in the vaccinated wing of this under age 50? 0. Do you know how many people died? There were 52,000 people unvaccinated. Do you know how many people died? 6. That works out to 0.08% less than the flu. That's under age 50. Over age 50, it was about half as many people died as were dying last year. So the Delta variant is more transmissible but less deadly. But if you say that, Facebook will take you down. They'll chastise you, take away your birthday, and say you're spreading mistruth. But it's absolutely factual. The Delta variant is more transmissible but far less deadly than the virus from last year.
So,
Wow.
and these are the things that I was bringing up on the other live, and the guy wouldn't even touch it. Like he wouldn't even answer it.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you have a dissenting opinion about the COVID. I mean,
Right.
And now I think I know where Goose went.
I probably went to go
Where
to
do
the
you-
other live.
He went to
Went to
hunt
the
down
other
that
live.
show. Yeah, I know.
Oh shoot, maybe he did.
Yeah. Because
Right.
I went in
Oh,
there
man,
maybe
that would've
like
been
15 minutes
awesome.
before hopping in here, and I got blocked for asking questions.
He blocked you? Oh my god.
Yeah, whoever does that show, I got blocked. So, but anyway, I mean, I get it. This is his first time getting sick, yeah, and I think I've gotten it like a year or 2 years ago, whenever this first started. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I it wasn't a walk in the park. That shit was rough.
Right.
So I know
right,
what
right,
you're
right.
talking about.
Right.
And it lasted about the same time, like a week or maybe 2. And there was at one point where I felt, to be honest with you, that I felt like my air was escaping me at one point. I don't know what happened, but I fought through it, and I was still sick. Like if I got like a flu, obviously, or just like a whatever cold, and then I recovered after that. I still felt a little weird in the lungs after that, but then and this is me not taking anything. Of course,
Wow.
like I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, whatever. Maybe not as much as I should, but I do. Maybe that helped. I don't know. But I feel for him, because I know if this is his first time going through it, then he's going through some shit and he's not feeling it. But I do think that especially if he's going through it, then he shouldn't get vaccinated, because then he's good, right? He's got.
They say
he's
you
got
get about 3 months
antibodies, right?
immunities. About 3 months of immunities. Yeah, they're saying
After
you have COVID. After you have COVID.
See, and that's
Yeah,
funny
maybe
because
3
they don't
months
tell you
of
that.
immunity?
They don't put it out there like that. They make people believe that once you get it, you're pretty much immune from getting it again, which is a bunch of shit.
Right.
I just there's just so much misinformation out there that they're putting out there to make people think that.
Wait, you're
I don't
saying
know.
that you
That's
don't get immunity if you've gotten COVID?
Well, she said
Or
you
you mean
only
the
get about
vaccine?
3 months worth.
About 3 months.
If you've gotten the
And
vaccine?
so even
No, she said if you got
No,
it
if you
without the
had it.
vaccine.
Okay.
and then
Okay.
so like I have really close doctor friends, and so they got the first doses of vaccines in December when they started them, and they have been checking their antibodies. So their antibodies are slowly going down. So they definitely know they're going to need a booster soon. And they got the Pfizer, the two doses. So she's been keeping track of her antibodies to make sure that she doesn't drop. and they've been studying it. So that's what they've
Did
been
you-
doing.
This
all
is
the doctors.
dangerous. What they're doing, this is dangerous, not allowing a dissenting opinion, even in the public domain, private. I mean, it's not healthy, and it sets up too many red flags, too many inconsistencies that just should leave us to question it and not trust it. They're so stupid to think,
And
that we're not going to have an opinion on this.
yeah, no, it sucks. Did you by any chance get a chance to look at that video I sent you?
Last week I didn't. I won't, but I could do it tonight for sure. I had a lot going on last week, but I
No,
will.
that's fine. Just if you don't have to look, you don't have to look it, but at least send it to your doctor friend so she can,
I will.
see what
I
her
will for
opinion
sure.
is on it.
Okay, no, for
For
sure.
a good segue into the next conversation or whatever may arise, I have a George Washington's farewell in a video clip, an audio clip, if y'all want to hear it real quick. It's only 4 minutes long. Speech, excuse me. This is what his vision was for America. So here we go.
I think it is a duty incumbent on me to make this my last official communication. The citizens of America are now possessed of absolute freedom and independency. At this auspicious period, the United States came into existence as a nation. And it appears to me there's an option still left to the United States of America. That it is in their choice and depends upon their conduct whether they will be respectable and prosperous or contemptible and miserable as a nation. This is the moment to establish or ruin their national character forever. For with our fate, will the destiny of unborn millions be involved? There are 4 things which I humbly conceive are essential to the existence of the United States as an independent power. First, an indissoluble union of the states under one federal head. Secondly, a sacred regard to public justice. Thirdly, the adoption of a proper peace establishment. Fourthly, the prevalence of that friendly disposition among the people of the United States, which will induce them to forget their local prejudices and policies. And
Well,
in
we
some
strayed away.
instances, to sacrifice their individual advantages to the interest of the community. These are the pillars on which the glorious fabric of our independency and national character must be supported. Liberty is the basis. And whoever would dare to sap the foundation will merit the severest punishments which can be inflicted by his injured country. It is only in our united character as an empire that our independence is acknowledged, that our power can be regarded, or our credit supported among foreign nations. I have thus freely disclosed what I wish to make known before I surrendered up my public trust to those who committed it to me. The task is now accomplished. It remains then to be my final and only request that these sentiments be considered as the legacy of one who has ardently wished on all occasions to be useful to his country, and who even in the shade of retirement will not fail to implore the divine benediction upon it. with the greatest regard and esteem. I have the honor to be, sir, your excellency's most obedient and most humble servant, George Washington.
Wow. That was goosebumps. Wow, that was
That was touching. That was good.
that was amazing. Yeah, that was what he said. As he was leaving office, that was what he wrote down. I don't think it was his public farewell address. I think it was something he wrote to us, I guess. Maybe even now, obviously. Those 3 pillars he was talking about, an insoluble union. What happened? Where did it all? What happened?
This guy broke the time when you're supposed to
Nobody
only
talks like
serve
that
4
anymore.
times, go back, home, take care of you people. This guy served the government 54 years, still trying to go 10 more. You know, when this
Maybe
supposed
we
to
should.
be just few years now, people making politics an entire career. So it's amazing, Mike, how our country has changed
It
throughout.
has. But I think wasn't George Washington say we still have a choice? Make some coffee.
Thank you, Ross. Man,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Oh man.
Yeah, man,
Somebody
people
was
don't
taking
talk
a
like
leak.
that anymore, bro. That's some beautiful poetry shit.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's true. I mean, people don't. I think maybe we think and feel that way sometimes, but to actually put it into words such as that, I think we still can, Ralph. I think if we really wanted to encapsulate a lot of these things, I'm sure we can try.
Yeah, I mean, I
Man, I
want
almost
to
want
talk
to hear
about this
that
a little
again.
bit. Yeah, no, I want to
Yeah.
talk about this a
No,
little
go
bit
ahead.
tomorrow morning, but it's just weird because, like, of course, people crap on the United States because of certain people and peoples that kind of sullied the name, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean the main concept of the country should be, ripped apart, right? Like,
It's an
pretty much
experiment and an idea.
to be a free individual.
Yes.
Free individual. That
Based
at
on
least that main
principles.
concept should be pushed forward. Everything else you could talk about how the evils of capitalism. You could talk about that we're just a for profit country and whatever. That's fine. That's up for debate. But in terms of being a free individual person to be able to do what you want without having the government uh, dictate what you should do or prohibit you from doing what you want to do, as long as you're obviously following, basic human rules. Don't kill nobody, steal. But if they're going to attack your body, like with these jabs, if you feel like you don't need it, that should be your choice, right? That's pretty much that's where I draw the line at. Like, all the politics stuff, you guys can deal with that because that's never going to end. There's always going to be fighting between both sides or all 3 sides. My ideology is better than yours. I have my views. I have conservative views, and I'm not ashamed of saying it. But I'm not gonna tell
Same.
everybody that they should follow that view. Because you are in a free country where you can believe what you want to believe. But in terms of being a human being, like, no one should infringe on you being a human being. Like, this is my
Basic
body.
rights. The
I have to
rights.
take what
Yeah.
you tell me to take. No, because I don't know what your
No.
intentions are.
So no man can tell you. Yeah, it's literally from our Creator. God is the only one that gives us these basic fundamental rights.
Right.
It's not from the
And it's
government.
not even just a Christian view. Like, in all religions,
No,
I'm
it's
sure
basically
that
saying no
their
man has the
religions
right.
don't say, "Oh, I got to do what the government tells me because they have control over my body." No,
Yeah,
your
we've heard that
religion,
before, right?
whatever you follow, yeah, your gods or gods, whatever your god or gods,
Yeah. And they have a right to here
they
in this
have
country
control
to
over
believe
your
any faith
body.
or not to.
Right.
It's,
Yeah, whatever you want to
sucks,
do.
man. What is going on? It really is. It's crazy what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to do, right, Ralph?
Yeah, they're trying. They ain't gonna get far.
I know. We might be able to stop it somehow.
And the one thing I wanted to bring up is the whole thing with the you know how they're saying like vaccines are not FDA approved and the amount of damage is causing the people now, like deaths and injuries. But yet other drugs that are being sold on TV have probably the same amount of, adverse effects, but yet we still sell it and it's FDA approved. Right. So I mean that just tells me that they're gonna push forward this
Do you think they're going to
bullshit.
fast track the FDA approval process?
I think so. I mean,
They,
that
they
might be
already
their
said,
last line of like, this is the only way we're going to get people to take it is if we.
they already
make it
said
FDA
the FDA is just
Welcome,
about to
Spanky.
approve the Pfizer one. They're right on the
Isn't that
verge
the
of
worst
approving
one
that
though?
one. Yeah, that was the first one.
Isn't that but the worst one? Isn't that like the worst one?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one the FDA is working on approving right now.
And I'm gonna play this tomorrow, a clip, but apparently there's there's a person, I think it's the people that run Pfizer, or the head guy in Pfizer or something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to it, but he's the one that's funding these fact checkers on Facebook to eliminate misinformation on the vaccines. So
Well, they're doing a
all
good
you gotta do
job.
is follow the money. A lot of people say follow the money.
What's that mean to eliminate? Man,
It's crazy.
they don't lost their mind. I'm going to play this Ron Paul clip one more time so maybe those that are just joined kind of get a good feel for what this is.
They're going back. But right now, they're going back to masks, saying it's the Delta variant. Well, there's one large study out of England from Public Health England, 92,000 patients. And do you know how many people died in the vaccinated wing of this under age 50? 0. Do you know how many people died? There were 52,000 people unvaccinated. Do you know how many people died? 6. That works out to 0.08%, less than the flu. That's under age 50. Over age 50, it was about half as many people died as were dying last year. So
Wait, so
the
did he say
Delta
the ones that were
variant is
vaccinated
more
did not
transmissible
die?
but less deadly. But if you say that, Facebook will take you down. They'll chastise you, take away your birthday, and say you're
Well, let's
spreading
do a replay on
mistruth.
that.
But it's absolute. But right
What's that first
now,
half?
they're going back to masks, saying it's the Delta variant. Well, there's one large study out of England from Public Health England, 92,000 patients. And do you know how many people died in the vaccinated wing of this under age
Are you guys
50?
hearing a lot of Matrix, or
0.
is it just me?
Do you know how many people died? There were 52,000 people unvaccinated.
What's that?
You got to love Ron Paul. That's the man.
Yeah.
What were you
Is it
saying,
me?
Ralph?
No, I was saying, is it me, or do I hear Matrixy? Like you're being in the Matrix?
I heard of what on my end?
Yeah.
Because to me, it
Maybe-
sounded like a
maybe
hamster
it's just
wheel.
me.
Hey, Rob, this is the FBI checking you out.
Probably.
Do you know how many people died? 6. That works out to 0.08%, less than the flu. That's under age 50. Over age 50, it was about half as many people died as were dying last year. So the Delta variant is more transmissible but less deadly. But if you say that, Facebook will take you down. They'll chastise you, take away your birthday, and say you're spreading mistruth. But it's absolutely factual. The Delta variant is more transmissible but far less deadly than the virus from last year.
Wow. Oops. Sorry about that. Oops.
That's great.
Anyways.
That's what live is.
Yes, it is. I mean, God forbid this started playing.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
Amen. Say that again, damn it. America. America. Yeah, that was epic. Holy crap. Did you like that speech?
That was good. I liked it.
Everybody should listen to that speech every freaking day.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
tell you what, man, I can listen to it 1,000 times. What's up? The good, the bad, and the ugly truth. Welcome. Yeah, man, we forget, man, a lot of what we love. I mean, like, I love this country, no matter how bad it's getting. I still love it, and I still believe in the idea of what we stand for. It's endowed by our Creator. We have these unalienable rights, and we should stand for these things. You know, it's insane what they're doing.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah. I mean, we're the only one country that has the right to bear arms. Written into... Love you too, Lady Me. You know? Right to bear arms, to protect our homes and our country against tyranny. That's why they came over here.
That's right.
Ultimately, get away from it. To try to form a more perfect union. To try. Not saying to make but to try to form a more perfect union.
That's why we have a criminal government right now, destroying our country. Not justice in our country. There's no balance right now, and we have to fight back. We don't have no other choice.
Yep.
You do. But what does fighting back look like, you know? I think most people get scared when they think civil war, like Spanky's saying there. I mean, if that word or that conversation is not in our conversations, like if we don't allow that conversation to happen, I guess, for civil war to brew, we can change the outcome just by our conversations, what we focus on, how we get together, and we can ultimately, in the end, combat this in the only way possible to save this country is to,
But Mike,
like with Lady Me, getting with, parents instead of the teachers union and banding together and having that say, because it's, I don't know.
you know that guy we have last week, Stan, asked that question. And my question was, do you think it's a chance to avoid civil war? And he said, nope. It's not a chance.
So he was sure of it. He was very sure of it.
He said we went beyond, say, we are big time defiance against God. Look at around.
So who, I believe that 100%. But like, who will we be fighting against? Is it just the DS or I mean, are there other things in play that we just, need to let happen, or is it just, does the public need to step in? I don't know.
We
It's
the
crazy
people.
it's scary.
We the people. And we
We've
got
gotten too comfortable as a country, right? To want to get out of our comfort zone.
Yep, that's right.
It sucks, though. Man, I get it. You don't want to mess with your job. You don't mess with your life and your family. It's good. But like, at what point, though, what will it take for us to say, to resist these changes? I mean, it's gotten so deep within our government, and like, are other patriots in there that are trying to keep her alive, or is it just is it too far? I'm not advocating for anything violent. I'm just saying, like, what do we do? What's a healthy way?
Well,
I don't know. There can be.
Yeah, I say the same thing. I don't, and I know Goose and Bravo don't agree when I say it, but I don't think there's enough people awake. I think too many people are just like, it doesn't affect me personally, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. They're so consumed.
Very good point.
You know what I mean? They're so wrapped up in their own little worlds that they don't even see what's going on around them, that they're losing everything. We're losing our rights left and right. So
we've done all that we could do as men, as human beings, or in a sense. We've done all that we can to fight.
I hate to say it because, when I hear people say civil war, people don't understand what that really means. It's not something we want. We don't, that should be a last resort.
I don't think it'll be a civil war, do you? Because the civil war is from the North and South. That was a literal divide in the nation. But how many?
We're instead of us
we can trust
North and South now. We're divided. We're divided by race.
Political
we're divided by,
Yeah, but
are we?
It's
every brother that I know that I'm really good friends with, they don't believe what the media is putting out there. I got really good friends out there, and it's bullshit. Like, nobody believes it, in a sense. It's just in my circles, maybe.
Mike,
I'm talking to a lot of people.
We go conquest other continent, fight all these people war, and we do all kind of stuff with less than 1% of our population, because the armed forces is not that big. If you take how many people are serving, it doesn't take that many people to start a civil war. Now, do we want one?
Sure.
No. It's going to be north and south? Yes, I think it's going to be north and south. I think that's the way it's going to shape, because, yes, you got some.
So we should define our enemy, right? Who is our enemy? So we have to know our enemy. So what's.
Like in Florida, they're Democrat, but they are not freaking crazy radical left, a lot of them. You got few of them coming from another state. But the one that born and raised here, they're center Democrats. I think the time comes and the thing go down, I think they're gonna join us too, because they don't agree with a lot of this BS. They don't.
So who in the end, who would be the enemy? Who would be defined as the enemy, in a sense, so that we can know our enemy? I know who the real enemy is. We all know that. Really seek knowledge and wisdom, you can really know who the real enemy is behind all these forces that are at us. But if there is a